Got it.
Hello and welcome to the NZ Ahead podcast. I'm Liz.
And that's a mistake already, isn't it, Liz? I'm Brian.
Oh, Brian, that is so
That's
corny.
so corny,
That
isn't
is
it?
so
I am such a
rubbish.
corny
You're blushing.
person.
And
I
I'm
know.
glad you're blushing.
Yes. If you could only we should have videoed it, shouldn't we, Liz?
Have you been thinking to say that?
No, it just came to me. I
Did
just
it?
thought,
You're a genius.
yes, I know.
This week's podcast is all about mistakes that tourists make. Well done, Brian.
Yeah,
You are
or,
really.
or people in the country for the first time. Because some of you people that are thinking about moving to New Zealand, a bit like me myself, I'd never been to New Zealand before I turned up at the airport.
Yes.
You know, with all my belongings, sold my house and a passport that had a residency stamp in it already.
What is the main mistake that you can think of when you first... I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah.
But if it's going to take too long, then don't bother answering. But what's the first mistake? What's the biggest mistake?
The biggest mistake I made when coming to is buying a car from an auction.
Oh, okay. Oh, we didn't cover that one.
No.
Do you know what? We've covered that in
but
our...
that's not a tourist thing.
Yeah,
is it?
this is touristy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've never been a tourist,
No.
have you? So,
No.
yeah,
Just-
I know.
Yeah. Welcome home is what I got at the airport. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
So you are going to absolutely love this podcast. Like Bryce said, lots of people in our private community, they come over to New Zealand on holiday first just to check it out, have a bit of a recce, have a look around, see if it's going to be where they would like to live.
Yep.
And then they go home and start the process of moving to New Zealand. And in that time when they're here, there have been rumours.
Rumours. I like rumours.
Rumours about people making mistakes. About people making mistakes while they've been here. So we thought we would make this podcast and share it with you.
Yeah. And talking about the community, if you'd like to join our community, be part of our community, if you're thinking of moving to New Zealand, it's a very, very safe place to be. It's very important to be part of our community. I think it is anyway, because the help that people give each other it's beyond recognition or something. What would be the word?
I think it's invaluable.
It's
the word you're
invaluable.
looking
That's
for.
the word I
Yeah.
was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, not beyond recognition. Yeah, it's
That's
a great
a
one. That
mistake.
brilliant. No, another mistake. Let's
Put
mark
that
that one down. Yeah, let's not use big words.
That's what I'm like as well.
Yeah.
When I try and sound intelligent, I think I'm going to use a really big word, and then I use it, and people look at me as if like, "Do you even know what that means?"
Yeah,
and I
haven't
think,
got a
"No, I
clue.
don't."
I read it the other day.
That's why I always say "really good" a lot.
Yes, it's brilliant.
You can't go wrong with really
Yeah,
good.
You know.
Yeah. So the community that Brian is talking about is our private NZ Ahead community made up of beautiful, gorgeous people who are all making their dream of moving to New Zealand a reality, and they're helping each other along the way. They share their tips, they share their stories, they share their fears, their dreams, their realities, their mistakes, everything.
Yeah.
We do live Zoom calls every month. People are in there. Oh, it's just fantastic. You must have heard us talk about this before, but if you haven't, you can find out more about that private community that you can be a part of. It's the first step you can take to making your dream of moving to New Zealand a real thing, not just something in your head. This is it. This is what I'm going to do. And this is the first step I'm going to take. I'm going to surround myself by people who will uplift me, support me, and help me in any way they can.
Yeah, and to be part of that community, all you need to do is follow the link, which is nzahead.com/free. And after 5 days of videos, you get the option if you'd like to join our community. So in 5 days, you could be listening with us on the Slack group.
Yes.
And watching us and talking together on a Zoom call.
Yeah, and the best part is, do you know what? And I don't want to be like, oh, do this and then you can be on our podcast. It's just, I'm not saying that. But the best part is being able to interview people on the podcast.
Yeah.
We get so many emails that say my favourite thing about this podcast is when you interview new arrivals and find
all
out
the
what
members
they've
that
been
are in
doing.
there. Yeah.
And of course, all those interviews are people in our community. We don't have to go far to find these people. They're all our friends.
A wealth
They're all
of
in our
information it
community.
is. Yeah.
So get those free 5-day videos, go to day 5 and then become part of our wonderful community. And you too can be here chatting with me and Brian.
Yep.
So go to www.
That's another mistake. nzahead.com/free. Do you think we've pushed mistakes enough?
Yes. FRWE.
W-E. Nice. Oh my goodness.
nzhead.com/free, FREE. Right, we're going to jump in and find out what tourists make when they come to New Zealand on holiday.
What they make? Nice.
What?
You didn't say make what they make. They come in and build little castles and sandcastles and things.
Let's go.
Anyway, let's do it.
Got it.
Welcome to the NZ Ahead podcast. Everything you need to know about moving to and living in New Zealand.
There's a whole world here.
So nice to be with you again.
We call it Aotearoa around here, bro.
You'll be right.
We are your hosts, Liz and Brian.
Amazing New Zealand in the southern seas.
See, that's where I belong. That's home.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
And we're here this week to share some common mistakes that tourists keep making time and time again when they visit New Zealand.
I know. I was
waiting for you to say something there, Brian.
Well, I
It's your
am,
cue.
but do you know what? I just keep looking at these things and I think, no.
Do you know what? We're not here to shame anyone. We
No.
are not here to shame anyone, but we just want to be here today to help you along nice and gently so you don't keep looking like idiots when you come to New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Don't
okay?
be one of
It's
those
as simple as that.
tourists, all right? Don't have a big T on your head.
We're just joking. We have made lots of these mistakes. We've been here for 16 years now. And believe me, when we first came over, we made loads of these mistakes. So let's jump on in and hear what those mistakes are. Right, number one mistake that tourists keep making when they visit New Zealand is driving on the wrong side of the road.
Come on.
Yes.
Obviously, if you're from the UK, no. Or from Japan, no, because you all drive on the same side as New Zealand. But if you're from America or Europe,
Yeah.
this is pointed at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't point.
What?
That's another mistake people make is pointing.
Pointing, yeah.
Driving on the wrong side of the road, you wouldn't think that it would happen, but it does. And you can see why it does, because you've just got off a really long flight. We understand that. You're tired, you're cranky, the kids are crying in the back, you just want to get to your hotel, and you get in your hire car and you drive off, and before you know it, you're either being pulled over by the police or you're panicking tothinking, oh my God, I'm on the wrong side
I
of
know
the
you
road.
come to a large intersection because if normally you come into Auckland or Wellington or Christchurch, so the three main sort of cities, and they all have got quite big roads, and you come into an intersection with traffic lights and you're thinking, oh, which one do I go down?
Yeah.
The left lane or the right lane?
So do you drive on the left, don't we?
We drive on the left. So obviously the main thing is
I just had to think, which side do we actually drive on?
I know, because it's like whenever I go to a different
See, I told you.
yeah, but whenever you go to a different country and you get a hire car, how many times you get in the wrong side of the car?
I know.
And you're like, open, there's no steering wheel there. You're like, okay.
So driving on
silly.
the left, people, don't
Yeah.
make that mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Next one. This one, staying on the car theme, because there's lots of unpaved roads and things in New Zealand and lots of sheep. So when you're going out into, say the Forgotten World Highway or something like that, which is on the North Island,
Very beautiful.
it's a beautiful drive. There's a lot of sheep that get herded along by shepherds along the roads. They're either on quad bikes or stuff. So you can have maybe 200-300 sheep on the road. So the shepherd will say either drive through nice and slowly, or the sheep will come past your car if
Just
they're
made
coming
this
in.
one up, or is it
No.
actually on the notes?
No, this is actually there.
Okay, go on
And
then,
what
sorry.
it says is opening car windows near sheep might jump or react unexpectedly to the open window.
React what?
Unexpectedly.
Okay.
Like what? So, all right, mate?
Tourists,
So-
stop making the sheep jump through the windows.
Yeah, so just... and it's more so people the sheep don't get hurt, because the kids will be like, the sheep, and then the sheep will be jumping all over the place. So just be aware of like opening your windows around cattle, like, you know.
Opening your windows and the sheep
And the
is going to
sheep-
jump in
Yeah,
there.
it's
Have
just
you got your
opening
facts
car
wrong?
near sheep. Sheep might jump or react unexpectedly, so watch out for those jumping sheep.
Do you know what? While we're on now seriously now.
Right.
We have got
Right.
we live on a piece of land under
Do we?
no, we live here
Piece of
on this land, and we've got 3 sheep. We've got 2 acres of land, and it's
Yes.
farmland, and the sheep keep the grass down.
Former paddocks they are.
Former
yeah.
paddocks, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking, we got this new sheep last year. The other 2 are lovely because we raised them on a bottle.
Yeah.
But this
They
new
follow
one,
you and everything.
it's flipping bonkers, isn't it? It's crazy, that sheep. And the other day, I was moving it with my daughter Tess. I was moving the sheep into the next paddock, and I opened the gate, and it jumped. You're right. It jumped about 10 foot in the air.
You'd
when you
be
just think, if
amazed.
I had been an inch closer to that sheep, it would have knocked me over and done some serious damage to my very intelligent brain. So I think it's a really good point, but I don't know about jumping through windows. I think the point is, just be careful, be respectful around animals, because it's easy, isn't it, when you're on holiday and you see some sheep, like you say, oh, let's get out and pat the sheep, let's go out and do this and look at the cows and all the rest of it. Honestly, the sheep are not as docile as you think.
No, and do you know what? And people tend to think sheep are little fluffy lambs that bounce around in the field. And when you've got a full-grown sheep, it's as big as us, if not bigger.
Yeah.
And they're pretty damn...
They're flipping
They're
hefty.
strong.
Yeah, they are strong.
I mean, I remember trying to wrestle one to the ground once to, I don't know, do something to it because a fly strike or something. Wrestle. And
you wrestled a sheep.
I wrestled to
do something.
but you watch the shearer and he just picks him up, goes bump, knocks him over, and I'm running around the paddock on the back of the sheep. It's like, what is going on here? It wasn't. That's what I mean. It's just like,
to try and do something.
look at me trying to be New Zealanders.
Right. Okay. So the next one we're going to talk about is skipping the South Island.
Yeah.
Or actually skipping the North Island. I think the mistake that people make when they come to New Zealand is they just do one and think, oh yeah, I've seen the whole of New Zealand because they're the same, so I'll just concentrate on the one island, which I can completely and utterly get that.
Yep.
When I first came to New Zealand on holiday, we stayed on the North Island. But both islands are so diverse, they're so different, so unique. And you're not doing yourself a favour by missing them, missing either one, are you, Brian?
No, you've got to see, you do have to see both, really, because everyone tends to think, oh, the South Island's prettier because it's more beautiful. Well, it's more beautiful in what way? It's got bigger mountains. Mountains
I
more
think
beautiful.
the South Island is stunning.
I know, but look at the beaches up around the Coromandel.
Yeah,
those
I know,
beautiful white
exactly,
beaches and Gisborne and the beaches over there. I didn't think the South Island's got the same sort of beaches. Nelson's got kind of nice beaches, I think.
Careful, Brian.
Very yellowy sand around the coast, but it's not quite the same.
Typing on in now, all the Nelson people shouting at you.
I know.
But no, just make sure, if you can, that you allow for both islands, because then you will get a really enriched experience of New Zealand. Yeah,
and just think about coming out to the Capes, like the East Cape and the West Cape, and not just straight down through Rotorua and Taupo.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. True. Yeah, Gisborne's very nice at this time of year, I hear. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Staying on that type of thing with beaches that I was just talking about, ignoring timetables. Timetables? Don't forget your times table. Your tidal time. Sorry, spit this out. Tidal timetables. That's like a tongue twister, isn't it? Tidal timetables. Meaning as in, if you're going on a beach and say you're going, I don't know, there's Cathedral Cove, which is on the North Island again, beautiful area. You can go out onto the beach and just get the tide wrong and get cut off.
Yes,
and it's quite remote in these places, and nobody might even know you're there. So just be very careful of that, of just checking what time the tide comes in and out, because you can see a beach, and if say you're from the Mediterranean, you don't get a great tidal shift. Here is quite a big tidal shift. The whole beach will be covered in water. Yeah, and to a depth as well.
So my one, jumping on what Brian's just saying, is ignoring weather conditions, staying on the weather theme, because this is a huge one in New Zealand and one that we're still caught out on even now. In fact, we interviewed a guy he's a Kiwi, he's lived here all his life, and he was born here. Yep. And he went out onto the mountain, went for a hike, the weather turned, he got stuck on the mountain all night. It was just, a really touch and go story. And that happens so many times. I can't tell you how many times we've got up in the morning here in New Zealand and thought, oh, it's a bit chilly. And you just wrap up and then you go into town and you are sweltering by 2 o'clock. Yeah. Or the opposite, you think, oh, it's a nice sunny day, I won't take a coat. And by 4 o'clock, it's pouring down and cold.
Yeah, I mean, there's that famous song by the Finn Brothers, which are Crowded House, and it's called 4 Seasons in One Day. And that is why that song was written, because literally, I remember working outside on the building sites and things, and it starts off on a beautiful blue day. By midday, there can be literally hailstones and thunderstorms, and these almost like tornadoes that come through all of a sudden, like mini tornadoes. They just blow everything to bits around you, and then the sun can come out again, and you just think it is literally 4 seasons in one day. And It doesn't normally rain all day here in Taranaki. It'll if it's going to rain, it'll maybe rain in the mornings, and then you can get on in the afternoons or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget as well, New Zealand is known. This is a reason you're coming to New Zealand, is for the nature, for the elements of it, and just like you have to embrace that, but you also have to respect that. So please just remember that.
Especially if you're going up the likes of the mountains and things, just check that forecast, because even if you do check it, it can just cloud up.
And
very
tell someone
quickly.
that you're going as well.
Yeah. Take a good phone, and not that your phone will work, but it should do in the next few years. Anyway, Elon Musk, he'll sort that out for you.
Okay, next one.
Yes, next one is, as we just mentioned, Rotorua. It's licking geezers.
Huh?
Licking
What, say that again?
geezers. Licking geezers.
You've been doing what, Bri?
Licking geezers. So you can lick geezers. So what people do is they tend to go to...
What is a geezer?
It's a geezer or a geyser, whichever part of the world you're from.
What do we say?
We tend to say geezer.
Do we?
The Americans tend
I
to
thought
say
geezer
geyser.
was like some old bloke. Like, oh, he's an
it's
old
a
geezer.
It's a geezer.
Well, that is the same.
Well, it's the same thing to a degree. It's not spelt with an I, an E, or an I.
Okay, go on. Sorry, go on.
So
Just being silly.
what we're talking about is Rotorua is full of thermal springs and things, and people want to taste the water for some unknown reason, which can be very hot and very sulphurous and can be dangerous.
Dangerous, yes.
Really. So,
Keep your tongue
just because
out
it
of
looks
it.
like water, because they want to taste it, they can smell it, so they think they should
Is
taste
this
it.
really a thing that
Yes.
tourists do? In fact,
Some tourists are tempted to taste and touch geothermal features, which can be dangerous and harmful.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also just like putting your feet in the water.
It might be really hot.
There's been a lot
you know?
of accidents happen, people doing that. And I think that's just like not just Rotorua, but just like anywhere that you see something like a natural. There's some hot springs that we go to, aren't there?
Outside of Rotorua.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are. I can't remember. Kerosene Creek.
Kerosene Creek, yes.
Absolutely beautiful. But again, it's boiling. Like some parts of it are boiling. So just don't let your kids near it. Just don't put your ears underneath because you can get infections. And just, again, I want to keep saying respectful, but just be respectful of it. This stuff is like dangerous, and also
it's to be
it's not
enjoyed,
to be licked.
but just be careful about licking. You don't want to get a bug on your holidays and stuff like that. So just go steady with that. Look at it, touch, but don't really, don't drink it.
My next one is, and talking about respect, is respect for Māori culture. So please, when you come to New Zealand, remember that there are certain, I don't want to say rules, but just be respectful of the Māori culture. For instance, we have things like you don't put your bum on the table when you're eating at a picnic table.
Or any table, but it tends to
table.
be seen at picnic tables because the people put the feet on the bench, don't they, and
Yes.
sit on the actual picnic bench, and you're like, okay,
Yes.
that's just not on.
And things like taking your shoes off when you go into people's homes or onto a local marae. Again, be respectful.
Yes. Don't just walk onto marae because you see it's in the village and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like you should be welcomed onto marae, or sort of invited onto the marae.
Yes.
It's just things. It's just slightly different cultures than the European culture, and lots of different things. So it's just respectful, especially when it comes to sacred places or historic places that they don't want people walking around, which is understandable.
Yes.
People are buried there
Yeah.
and things like that.
There's a word in the Māori language called tapu, and that means sacred. So if you could do your homework beforehand or speak to a Māori person and just make sure that what you're doing is respectful. For instance, like Bryce said, going onto sacred land, taking food onto mountains and things like that. Please just do your homework beforehand and be respectful. Yeah. That is not to say, and I need to say this because I don't want you coming over here. I remember us doing this. I think we went to Kenya and someone told us something. Do you remember they said, there are certain rules you've got to abide by? And I was really, really scared that I was going to mess up. I don't want you to come to New Zealand and think, oh God, is everyone going to be judging me? And, that I've got to strictly adhere to these rules. It's about respect and doing your homework. The Māori people are incredibly welcoming, incredibly hospitable. They will want you to learn their culture and learn their ways and learn their language and everything else. And I just think, just be mindful of that. I don't want you coming over and think, be too scared. don't be like that, but also just be very respectful and mindful, as you would anywhere in any
just
country.
ask. Ask anyone. Is it okay if we walk up that hill or onto that par or something? That par is like a Maori settlement, or it can be they can be ancient ones as well.
Yes.
So,
Your one, Bri.
Right. When we're talking Rotorua again, Rotorua's getting a bit of a shout out, isn't it?
It is,
It can be called Rota Vegas here in New Zealand because it is.
Only by
it's
you.
got a
No,
strip
I've never heard
with,
anyone else call that.
Casinos and things like that. Anyway, it's kind of the geothermal capital of New Zealand as such, and when some visitors are unprepared for the strong smell of sulphur in the Rotorua air, and they leave quickly because they think it's bad for you and it stinks.
Oh, really?
So and it's just
I love the smell. It just reminds me of holiday. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, but it's just forgetting about that. All this geothermal activity is going to have a smell about it. Now, whenever we used to be driving from here to Gisborne, we'd go through Rotorua, and the kids were just like, they knew where they were.
Yeah,
they'd be like watching their DVD or something, like, or whatever, or their iPad or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, all the windows in the car would be down, the heads would be out, and they'd be like, I love the smell here.
Yeah.
But some people hate it.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it because it just reminds me of being away or being on holiday.
Just embrace it.
Yeah, and when you've been there for a few hours, it goes.
I know,
it? You don't really
and
smell
you get
it.
used to it. I know.
Or if it's a windy day, you don't smell it as much.
I know.
But if it's still and it's a warm day, it's just like, oh wow. Or in the morning, you'll smell it when you come out the room or something.
Do you know,
like that.
I have never been anywhere in the world, and we've been all over the world travelling. I've never been anywhere else that's had a smell that relates my brain to that place. You know, you just think, I mean, like, I could close my eyes, someone could whiff that smell, and you'd be like, yep, I'm on holiday in New Zealand. Rotorua, you know, it's just like, I love it. But embrace it again.
I get exactly, yes.
My one is over-relying on GPS when you're travelling around New Zealand. Do you know what? You know, when I said earlier, we've made the mistake, we still make this mistake because I have a husband who loves his GPS.
Yep.
I love paper maps. I think it's nice to just be free and easy. And you can't go anywhere without your GPS.
No.
But here's the thing.
What?
Sometimes the GPS gets it wrong and it takes you up roads that are closed or don't exist. And
and this is true in New Zealand.
And you lose the signal.
There are a lot of what they call paper roads. So
what does that mean?
So paper roads they're actually, the council have allowed this road to be actually put in. It's been in part of a planning permission. You know, if you subdivide this part of the farm, then the road must go in. But they're called paper roads. They don't actually exist because they've never been. Those sections were never developed. Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's one that leads up from our road to the road over this way, and on the GPS it says there's a road there, and you go along, and it's like, no, there isn't.
Oh, Brian, imagine if you lived on a paper road. Be bliss. Because no one could send you any bills.
No.
No one could come and bother you, could they, Brian?
But it's not.
They would never know that you were there. You could just live.
When you think like
privately.
You think the
in paper
GPS
road.
people would use, I don't know, satellite pictures or something to see there's no road there.
Do you know what, Brian? I can't stand it when you use your GPS. Everywhere we go, you have to put that GPS on, telling us, we're going to be there in 3 hours and 22 seconds.
And you always see if you can beat it, don't you?
Well, you do.
By a minute.
I liked it in the olden days, you know, when you had maps. No, here's the serious thing. Pack a map. Just put a map.
A map.
Yes, in your car, because then, you know that if the GPS breaks down or loses signal or any of those things that you've just said, you can get your map out and just be like old-fashioned, you know?
No, but you won't know where you are. No, there are a few places as well in New Zealand. We went to one down on the Wanganui River. It's an Airbnb or campsite type thing, and they said, don't use your GPS. Just for the fact it takes you somewhere it's not. So it's probably 5k away, and then you'll never end up finding it. So they'll give you GPS coordinates that you can put into your GPS, and it will take you to where the right space is. But if you go by typing the name in, it won't work. And just be aware of that. Rural doesn't quite work some of the times. You know, it just doesn't.
Before we jump into our next one, we've got a few words to say to you from our sponsors, who are basically me and Brian, talking to you about lovely, lovely New Zealand. You are here because you love New Zealand, just like me and Brian. And me and Brian made it our reality of moving over here. We arrived in New Zealand in 2009 with 2 small children, and I tell you what, hardly any information to our name. We came over here with no resources, no contacts, we knew nothing. One night while we were sitting around the fire when we got to New Zealand, we said, wouldn't it be great if we made something for other people in the same situation as us that gave them everything they needed to know about moving to New Zealand? And that's just what we did. We started a community of people, of like-minded adventurers from all over the world who are making their dream of moving to New Zealand a reality. This community is made up of 400 beautiful souls, each one bringing their own story, their own needs, their own information to our community. And I just love it. I tell you, it's just the best community in the whole wide world. If you would like to be part of that community or get to know more about it, then you can take our free 5-day video guide that we offer. This is a video guide that Brian and I created, showing you some aspect of life in New Zealand every single day. There is nothing like this on the internet. You won't find it anywhere else. It's brilliant and it's unique and it's free. So sign up to those 5-day video guides, and on day 5, I'll give you more information about how you can join our beautiful New Zealand community. Sign up now by going to www.nzahead.com/free. That's www.nzahead.com/free. Get to day 5, see all about our community, and I hope to see you on the other side. Okay, let's get back to the show.
Have you seen the 2 kingfishers down over there? It's just keeps distracting me. They keep coming there, and they're flying after each other and landing back there. There's 2 big ones just there. Right, the next one, and this is quite important because people come to New Zealand and think, oh, it's a super safe place. There's no crime. There's no nothing, and basically leaving valuables unattended. And it's not necessarily in the car. It can just be on a table, just like you would anywhere else in the world. Despite its reputation for safety, thefts can still happen.
Of course it can.
So there are a lot of tourists here as well, so you're open to the opportunist thief or whatever it is. People do prey on tourists all over the world. You know, crime does happen in New Zealand. Again, it's an island, so you normally get found out when, you know, these things, but you don't want to go through that rigmarole of having to report stuff to the police and then claiming off your insurance because you've left something unattended, you know. And that's even leaving things in cars and things. You know, we were talking about Kerosene Creek a minute ago. There's big signs when you get to that car park. It's on the end of an unsealed road, big car park in the middle of nowhere, and there's normally about 30-40 cars in there, and a big sign saying don't leave valuables out in the open, put them in the boot so people can't see them. Then you don't get a smashed window and things like that. So, you know, because everyone's on holiday, they want to run off to go and do the things. The kids have left phones in the back and stuff, and all valuables and bags and backpacks. Just put everything in the boot. Yep. And make sure your windows are closed. Make sure the alarm's on the car.
It's a shame, isn't it? It's a real
shame.
But
hey, people just tend to think.
Yeah,
you know?
people do tend to think they're coming to New Zealand, this perfect, and this is why we always try and do these videos and make sure that you know that this isn't, you know, this perfect place that everyone thinks it is. I mean, it's near perfect, but like Bryce said, crime happens anywhere, and New Zealand is included in that.
Yep.
So just be aware of, you know, like you say, locking your bags up. And again, I
know
don't want you
New
to
Zealand
be,
is a safe
yes,
place,
it is.
but just be aware.
And I don't want you to be.
Don't be blasé.
Oh, you know, but also don't be blasé. I remember driving around in our car in the back of nowhere in Cornwall once in England, and literally there wasn't a soul in sight. We were in the middle of nowhere. We got out, didn't we? Went for a walk. We just went out for a 20-minute walk, and I left my bag on the seat, came back, the car was all smashed in, windows smashed, bag gone. It was just, how can this be, like, in the middle of nowhere? So it happens everywhere, and New Zealand is no exception.
Yep.
In New Zealand, we have got the kea bird, which is a mountain parrot, and it is an absolutely beautiful bird. Its feathers are just glorious colour. But what you need to know about these little birds, or these birds, not so little, but these birds, they are highly intelligent, and they're cheeky, and they can get aggressive. So the mistakes that people make when they come to New Zealand is that, oh, cute little bird, let's feed it, like, let's get it closer, let's give it some food. And just don't. That is a mistake. Just admire them from afar. Get your binoculars out. Don't try and tame them. Don't be feeding them. Again, respectful of nature, respectful of animals and birds, because there's been some reports that they're like attacking cars.
I know they're like I say they're quite intelligent. You know, they will actually figure out how to open your backpack and get into your backpack and stuff.
You know what we were just saying about thieves? There they are.
Yeah, there they are.
There they are, Bri.
The feather type, and they're so intelligent. In New Zealand, we don't use AI. We just talk to the Kia birds. My last one is. When you go shopping in New Zealand, it's bargaining in shops. So it's the price is the price. That's it, really. It's price to sell.
It's so embarrassing.
So, you know, you don't need to go in and go, what will you do for cash? It's just they'll look at you funny. As if like, well, that's the price, mate.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you know, so, you know, if there's a sale on, then that's the price as well. So, you know, it's just whatever's priced, that's it. I wouldn't bother bargaining. You can ask, but you're just going to get feel a bit weird.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's not like I don't know, you're not. So, people just don't bargain that same way.
Do you know what? I've got a story, and this is what when I said we made these mistakes. When we first moved to New Zealand, we wanted to buy a fire pit, and there was a shop in town selling these fire pits. And I'd only been here like 6 months, so I didn't know any better. And I went in, and the fire pit was there for $250. And I'm just so embarrassed about this now when I think about it. It still makes me blush. But I said to the guy, the owner of the shop, even worse, I said to him, "You take 220?" And he's like, he looked at me and he's like, "No." And I just came and I said, "Oh," and he said, "It's 250. He almost looked at me as if like, can you not read?
Yeah.
Are you thick?
I think what it is like, you know, down here in New Zealand, there's not a lot of things that are made locally, like, you know, as in those sort of things. You know, fire pits aren't made locally, sort of, and you know,
I went out into the.
It's got to come from the other side of the world down here.
So it's no different.
Things are a little bit expensive, but that's what I'm saying. The price is the price.
And the worst of it is, it wasn't even one of those things where I could just walk away, you know, and just go, "Oh well, forget it then, mate."
No, that I knew the
guy.
I
was desperately needed it. And Brian knew him. I remember phoning you up from the car park and saying, "Oh, I just offered him 220." And Brian's like, I said, "What shall I do?" And he said, "Just go in there and say that you will give him 250. So I had to walk back in with my tail between my legs and go, "Oh, okay, yes, I'll take it, please." It was so embarrassing. Yeah. So no, don't come to New Zealand and try and barter because you're going to look like an idiot.
You can try, but again,
no, don't try. It doesn't work.
Good luck. Yeah.
The price is the price. Don't try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless there's a sale on. Yeah, wait for the sales.
Okay, the last one, the last mistake that people keep making, and I'm sure we could do another episode on this because I'm sure there's lots more, but the last mistake that people make, and again, this comes down to that, have respect, is in New Zealand we have beautiful glowworms. So these glowworms, they nestle in the banks, the mossy banks, around rivers, in the bush, and when you see them at night, they glow like little worms, actually.
Yeah, little LED, dim, very dim but beautiful. You know,
they're magnificent.
Yeah, you can pop your head through the bush sometimes and just see this bank, and it looks like fairyland or something, doesn't it? Like, you know, because it's just this beautiful glow of these little glowworms.
Of worms,
like, you know,
yes.
Worms, yeah.
And the mistake that tourists make is wanting to touch them.
Yep.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Especially the kids, they're like, oh, look, and then they'll go out. And it can disrupt the habitat that they're in because it can take for up to 3 to 4 hours for them to start glowing, you know, and that's just, and then you go and disturb it all. And it's just like, hey.
Just look with your eyes, as my mum used to say. Look with your eyes, not with your hands. Yeah. Yeah, you can see why they say that too, can't they?
Yeah, but you can, because you just think, you know, it's just that's their little habitat, and we're poking our heads in, and it's beautiful to just, you know, you can be 2-3 meters away from them and just see them just as well. You want to get closer, but again, don't touch.
Yeah.
You can get it sort of, you know, half a meter away, and you know. That's enough. 2 feet.
There are so many more mistakes we could probably dive into, and we will share those in another episode. But for now.
Yes, for now.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of mistakes that tourists keep making in New Zealand. If you are watching this and you are coming to New Zealand, you are going to love this country so much. Yeah. You are going to have such a ball. It's a beautiful country. It's welcoming. It's It's divine, but you have to respect it for what it is. Don't come here and think, I can do the same as I do in my own country, because no, as in any country, you come and you have respect for that country, and that way you're going to enjoy it all the more.
Yeah, and just don't forget, like Liz said, it's a beautiful country. It's not like Australia. We don't have everything that will kill you. We tend to not have predators here in New Zealand. We,
Only
apart
those
from,
sheep that Bri keep
yes,
wrestling.
the jumping sheep, the Kias, and that. But there's no real, nasty snakes or there's nothing like that. No really nasty spiders apart from the Australian whitetail, which does exist here in New Zealand, which can give you a bit of a nip. But apart from that, it's
Use your common sense.
It's a very
I'd say.
safe place. You can lay out in the grass and nothing's really going to get you apart from the killer sheep. Yeah.
So until next time, don't forget to subscribe, to comment. We absolutely love it when you comment below. We read all your comments. Thank you so much. Share this episode with someone who also loves New Zealand. And until next time, I will speak to you soon.
Yeah, so kia kaha, stay strong, kia u, stay true. That's true to yourself. And like this says, see you on the next one.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast this week. We have loved having you here with us.
If you love this week's show, please share this with your friends. Send it to anybody you know that wants to think about moving to New Zealand, and get on over here yourself.
And tell them how brilliant it is as well. And also, if you haven't signed up for our free 5-day video guide showing you what life is really like in New Zealand, then go over to the website and sign up. You are missing out. This is brilliant. Go over to www.nzahead/free and we will send you 5 days worth of videos about what life is like in New Zealand. You are going to love it. So one more time, that website that you need to sign up for the free 5-day guide is www.nzahead/free. So we're going to see you next week. Until then, have a great week and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye, girl. Bye.
Bye.